Everyone. From this video, I am going to explain Module 5, second chapter, Wireless LANs. In that chapter, there are three topics. One is Introduction to Wireless, IEEE 802.11, 11 project, and Bluetooth. There are three topics under wireless LANs. First one is introduction to wireless. Next, IEEE 802.11 project. Next one is Bluetooth. There are three topics under wireless LAN. We are going to discuss one by one topic. Today I am going to explain introduction to wireless LAN. Okay, we are going to discuss wireless LAN. Okay, wireless LANs. Chapter name is wireless LAN. This is second chapter in module 5 under wireless LANs. Okay, under wireless LAN, introduction of wireless is first topic. Okay, under introduction of wireless LAN, the concept is architectural comparison. Means we are going to compare wired LAN and wireless LAN. First, medium. Medium is nothing but link used to connect and communicate between the station, that is called as medium. Okay, in wired LAN, in in wired LAN we use wire to connect host. We know that in wired LAN obviously we are going to use the wire to connect the host. In switch LAN, in switch LAN with a link layer switch, okay, with a link layer switch, the communication between the host is point to point and full duplex. Means we know that in link layer switch the communication between the two hosts, this is one, this is another one host, this is point to point. Means there is a one dedicated link between the A and B, and communication is by direction. By direction means we can receive and send by two hosts at a time, that is point to point and full duplex. Okay, full duplex is nothing but by directional. Okay, next, in wireless LAN, the medium is air. The signal is generally broadcast. We know that in wireless LAN there is no physical physical connection between the hosts. So the obviously the medium will be air. Okay, that generally that signal is generally broadcasted. Okay, when host is wireless LAN communicate with each other, they are sharing the same medium. Means they are using multiple axes, they are using multiple axes. When we are going to use multiple axes means when host is a wireless LAN communicate with each other, then share the same medium, that is multiple axes. Okay, next one is host. Okay, in a wired LAN the host is always connected to its network at a point with a fixed link layer address related to its network interface card. Okay, they are telling that the host always connected to its network at the point which fixed link layer address related to obviously NIC. What is meant by NIC? Network interface card. Okay. Of course, a host can move from one point in the internet to another point. They are telling that we know that the host can move from one point to another point in a network. Okay. Next, in this case, its link layer address remain the same, but its network layer address will change. In this case, what will happen means the link layer address remain the same. Okay, link layer address will remain same, but network layer address will be changed. Okay. In a wireless LAN, a host is not physically connected to network. We know that in wireless LAN, the host is not physically connected to network. It can move freely and can use the service provided by the network. Means there is no physical connection. Means it can move freely, can use service provided by the network. Okay. Therefore, mobility in a wire network and wireless network are totally different issue. Yes, because in wired network there is a physical connection. They cannot move freely, but in wireless network there is no physical connection. They can move easily and can use service provided by the network. Okay. Next is isolated LAN. Okay, what is mean by isolated LAN? Okay, the wide isolated LAN is set of hosts connected via a link layer switch. This is you can see this diagram. There are four hosts. They are connected to one center switch. Okay, that is wide isolated LAN. Okay, next one, the wireless isolated LAN called as ADAC network in wireless LAN terminology. It is a set of hosts that communicated freely with each other. Means there is no concept called middle switch like in the wide network. Okay, it is also called as ADAC network. Okay, it is a set of hosts. You can see that 1 2 3 4, there are 4 hosts are there that are communicated freely with each other. This 4 hosts will communicate with each other. Okay, next, the concept of link layer switch does not exist in wireless LAN. Means the concept of link layer switch does not exist in wireless. I told that the switch concept is not present in this wireless. Okay, that is only they are telling. Next one is connection to other network. Means we are going to connect wireless LAN to wire LAN. Okay, we can connect wire LAN to wireless LAN. How we are going to connect? We are going to see here. That is only they are telling connection to other network. A wire LAN can connect to another network or interface using a router. Okay, they are telling that wired LAN can be connected to other network. It may be wireless or wired. by using the router. You can see that they have used router to connect one network with another network. This is router. Okay, you can see that this is wired. Wired LAN is connected with wired internet using the routers. This is router. Okay, next, a wired LAN may be connected to wired infrastructure network to a wireless infrastructure network to another wireless LAN. Means the wireless LAN can be connected to wired infrastructure network to a wireless infrastructure network or other wireless LAN using this router. Means they are telling this wireless LAN can be connected to infrastructure network and connected to the wired infrastructure such as internet. Okay, done via device called access point. Okay, they are telling that the wireless LAN is referred to an infrastructure network, and the connection to the wired infrastructure such as internet is done via device called access point. Means using this access point we are going to connect this wireless LAN to internet using access point. Okay, the access points is a going to different environment together, one wired and one wireless. Communication between the access point and the wireless host occur in wireless environment. A communication between the access point and infrastructure occurs in wired environment. Okay, this has access point going to different environment together. One is wired and one is wireless. Communication between the access point and the wireless host occurs in wired communication. Communication between the access point and the infrastructures occurs in wired environment. Okay, this is the end of architectural comparison. Okay, next one is characteristics of this wireless LANs. What are the characteristics of wireless LAN? First one is attenuation, interference, multiple path propagation, error. These are the four characteristics of wireless LAN. We will discuss one by one. First one is attenuation. The strength of the electromagnetic signal decreases rapidly because the signal dispersed in all the direction. A only small propagation of it reach the receiver. Means they are telling strength of the electromagnetic signal decreases. The strength of the electromagnetic signals is decreases rapidly because why the strength of the electromagnetic signal reduces means because signal will pass all the direction means it will going to pass the signal for all the directions. Only small propagation of each reaches to receiver means only small part will be reaches to destination. So the strength of the electromagnetic signals reduces because the signal pass to all the directions. Okay, next the station becomes worse with mobile sender that operates on batteries and normally have small power supplies. We know that the batteries will have small power supplies. Next one is interface. Other issues is that receiver may receive signals not only from the intended sender means interface nothing but the receiver will receive all the signals instead of receiving one signal means the receiver receive all the signal rather than receiving only one intended signal by the sender. But also from other sender if they are using the same frequency band means when they are using same frequency band it going to receive all the signals. So it is the interference means the receiver should accept only one information from dedicated sender. But if the signals having the same frequency the receiver will going to receive other signals from other sender also, that is interference. Okay, next one is multipath propagation. What is mean by multipath propagation? A receiver may receive more than one signal from same sender because electromagnetic waves can be reflected back from the obstacles such as walls, the ground and object. Multiple path propagation is nothing but a receiver can receive one signal from same sender means they are telling that this is the receiver can receive more than one signal from same sender because electromagnetic waves can reflect from the obstacles such as walls, ground and object. Means they are telling that this is one receiver means this is one sender. Okay, this receiver will receive the same signal from the same sender more than once because the electromagnetic waves can be reflected back from the obstacle like wall, ground, object. Means a signal so obstacle go ಬಿಟ್ಟು obstacles nothing but wall, ground, object ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಸೀವ್ಡ್ ಬೈ receiver. That is multipath propagation. Okay, next the result is that the receiver receives same signal at different path. Okay, because of this multiple propagation is nothing but the receiver receives the same signal more than once, because the electromagnetic signals strike to some obstacle like ground, wall, and object. So the result is that receiver receives same signal at receiving different path. Means same signal will be received multiple times by multiple paths. Okay, that is multi path propagation. Okay, next characteristics is error. Okay, error detection is more serious issue in a wireless network than in the wired network. Means error detection will be the more serious issue in a wireless network than wire network. They are telling that error detection is a issue which is important in wireless network rather than wired network. Okay, if signal to noise ratio SNR nothing but signal to noise ratio is high, this means that signal is stronger than the noise. Means signal will be stronger than unwanted signal, so we may be able to convert signal to actual data. Means signal is greater than the noise, means so we can convert that signal to actual data. When SNR is low, means signal to noise ratio is low, means that means signal is corrupted by the noise. Means here signal will be low. Okay, noise will be high. Means now this signal is corrupted by this noise. Okay, so when the signal is corrupted by the noise, data cannot be received because the signal is low, the noise is high. Means we cannot achieve the actual data easily. That is only they are telling. Okay, next one is control, access control. We know that some of the access controls here CSMA/CD algorithm does not work in wireless LANs. Okay, there are three reasons here. Our carrier sense multiple access collision detection algorithm will not work in wireless LAN for three reasons. Why this CSMA/CD not work in the wireless LAN? There is a three reason. First one reason is to detect a collision, the host need to send and receiver at the same time, which means the host need to work in duplex mode. Means when the host and receiver working at the same time, means wireless host do not have echo power to do so. Means here we know that if there is a bidirectional, we not need the CSMA/CD algorithm. Next reason, they can only send or receive at a one time. The distance between the station can be greater. Okay, they can only send or receive at one time. The distance between station can be greater. If wireless means, we know the distance will be high. That is another reason. Third reason is signal feeding could prevent the station at one end from hearing a collision at the other end. They are telling that signal feeding could prevent a station at one end from hearing collision at another end. Means signal feeding would prevent station at one end from hearing the collision at the other end. Means there are two ends. Means the signal feeding could prevent the happening of the collision at the other end, because one of the hidden station problem. There may be a one hidden station, means there may be a chances of having the collision in which a station may be aware of another station. The transmission would be same blaster and range problem. Collision may occur but not detect. Means there may be a chance of collision because of the hidden station which can be occurred, but we cannot detect that collision. That is only the collision detection algorithm will not work, okay, in this wireless LANs. Next one is hidden station problem. Figure 15.3 shows an example of hidden station problem. Every station there is a transmission range of station B can hear only signal transmitted by station B. Means you can see that this is B range. This is the every station transmission range of station B can hear only signal transmitted by B. Means they are telling that this is the range of B station. This station can only hear, this range can only hear the signal produced by this only B station. Next, this is C range. You can see that every station in transmission range of station C can hear only signal transmitted by station C. Means this is the range of C. This range can hear only the signal produced by station C. Okay, a station C is outside the transmission range of B. Obviously the range will be different. Likewise, station B is outside the transmission range of C. However, station is in the area covered by both B and C. This A can say that this A can hear for the B also, C also, because A present in the range of B also, C also. This is hidden station. A is hidden station. Here the collision can happen but cannot be detected. Okay, the collision can happen, cannot be detection. Therefore, station can hear any signal transmitted by B or C. This is hidden problem. This A is present in the range of B, also in the C. So this A can hear for the B also, C also. Here in A, the collision can happen, cannot be detected. That is only they are telling that in this reason. Signal feeding could prevent the station at one end from hearing a collision at the other end because the hidden station problem. What is hidden station problem? This is hidden station because A can hear the information of B also, C also. Here the collision can happen. Okay, you can see that collision can occur but cannot be detected. Means here collision is collision is happen but cannot be detected. Okay, okay. This is enough for today's video. Tomorrow I will explain the topic IEEE 802.11. Okay, what is the architecture? What is the station type? MAC sublayer we are going to discuss tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow in next video we are going to discuss IEEE 802.0 8.8 802.11. Okay.